Hi, I'm Dave Topolovic from the White House of Music. We're here today to make a short video to help you be able to change a broken string or replace a string on your instrument. For today's demonstration, we're going to use a violin, and I've conveniently broken a string already on it, so it gives you an idea. We're going to take it right from the top and show you what you need to do. You know, we certainly hope to be back and open and being right there to help you very soon. But in the meantime, please use this video best you can and take your time and help you replace the string and get yourself or your child back into playing and working on those string instruments so that they can continue to enjoy music. First thing I'd like to do is go through the parts of the instrument, because when I talk about different parts, it's a good idea for you to know what I'm talking about. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take it right from the top and work our way down. And these are just the parts of the instrument that have to do with replacing a string. These are called pegs. This area right here that they go into is the peg box. So if I say the peg box, you know I'm talking about this open area that the pegs go through. There's a small piece of raised wood right at the top of the instrument called the nut. And that the strings go over, and there's slight notches right there in the nut for the strings to go over. Strings run across the instrument. You have this item right here. It's called the bridge, where the strings come across. And they wind up over here in the tailpiece of the instrument. And tailpieces, especially for student instruments, have fine tuners across right here. Okay, they help get the instrument perfectly in tune. The pegs tighten the strings over here, get it close to being in tune, and then the fine tuners over here work to get it exactly in tune. So now that we've gone through the pegs, the peg box, the nut, the bridge, the tailpiece, and the fine tuners, we're going to do what we can to help you so you can replace a string at home. First thing we're going to do is take off the old string. Like I said, I broke a D string on this instrument. And you're going to take it out of the tailpiece. Then there's a little ball end right here, and it usually sits right in the tailpiece like that. You're going to take and remove that. Sometimes you have some little bit of extra string right here, and I can grab this part right here right now. If you need to, you take a pencil and kind of get that out of there, or a tweezers, and grab one end. And what you want to do is pull that out of the peg, so you have everything free and clear with the peg right here, and the peg sits in here. Now the peg has a little bit of a hole in it. I don't know if you can see that. And that hole right there is where the string is going to go through. Peg has to be in the peg box when you replace the string. So you have your string right here. We'll open up the package. And unwind the string. The string has two ends. One end has a ball end, steel ball on the end, and then a plain end up here. The ball end is going to go back into the tailpiece. Underneath, there's a little notch the string can go through, and the ball sits in there, and there you have it. Now, here's a little thing you kind of have to be careful of. If you have a helper at home, whether it's anybody in the house or your student that's playing the instrument, have them take their finger and cover that up right there. That way it won't slip out, because sometimes they do slip out. It's a little bit, and then that gets a little bit trickier. So I'm going to do this all by myself. So I'm going to keep tension on this string so that doesn't go out. Now, instrument's laying down right now, and the peg that I'm using is on this side right here. So I'm going to take that with my left hand, but use my right hand to keep tension. And so we're going to take this out here, and I'm going to look for the little hole. I'm going to stick the string in there and push it through so a little bit is extending through the other side. There we go. Then I'm going to start winding, keeping the tension on the string. I'm going to always wind towards the side of the peg that I'm turning. So in other words, since the peg is on this side, the winding goes to this side. If I was using that peg, the winding would start in the hole and go towards that side of the peg box. So I keep some tension on the string with this hand or arm, and we continue winding, trying to keep the windings together. When we get to the spot where it's starting to get tight, we're going to make sure that this string is in this notch, and the string right here is in the notch right here. We see that it's starting to be a little snug. We're going to give it a little bit more of a turn and push in at the same time. The pegs stay in the peg box by friction. They are tapered, and the holes are tapered to match the taper of the peg. So you just can't turn and stop. When you want it to stay, you turn and push in a little bit, and I'll do that. And the string is stayed, and we're all set. The string is replaced. After that, we have to tune it. Thanks so much for listening, and we hope that this has helped you. And again, we look forward to seeing you in person in the near future.